Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel GMB SHOW. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Paul was defeated by the two quizzers, who won a whopping £100,000 between them. The chase's Paul Sinha hands in notice after quizzers won £100,000. The ITV show host Bradley Walsh joked that the Sinnerman needed to quit his role as a chaser after the blunder. Brad said that the chaser has handed his notice in after an unbelievable final round that saw the quizzers victorious. Players Ian, Jenny, Gregor and Karen all appeared on the quiz panel with the hopes of bagging some cash in the final chase. First up to take on the chaser was Ian, a magician from London, who managed to secure £6,000 in the cash builder. He managed to make it back to the team and landed himself a place in the final. Jenny then tried her luck but was unfortunately caught and was sent home. Karen then felt brave and opted for the high offer of £93,000. Fans of the show took to social media to praise her for going for the biggest amount of money. One said, "Good girl," while a second added, "Karen didn't even stutter taking that high offer." The gamble paid off as she managed to also get into the final with Ian, which meant they had the chance to win £100,000 between them. The two players managed to answer 16 questions correctly in the final chase before Paul tried to beat them. However, Paul wasn't able to beat them as he usually would, which meant they walked away with £50,000 each. There was only 1 second left on the clock as Bradley said, "That was close." The chaser then praised Ian and Karen as he added, "You absolutely deserve every penny of that." Paul then said he was disappointed with himself as he joked, "I've cost ITV £100,000, but you don't need to care about any of that." It was then that Bradley quipped, "That's a funny way to hand in your notice." Ian and Karen then spoke about how they planned to spend their winnings. Karen said she wanted to treat her son by taking him to the Abu Dhabi Formula One Grand Prix, while Ian said he wanted to splash out on a brand new car. Despite the hefty defeat, it was recently revealed that the Sinnerman is the most successful chaser. Paul the Sinnerman Sinha boasts a 78% win rate across his 436 appearances on the chase. The quiz guru's average target to beat is 19, and he holds the highest average chaser win total, raking in £14,651, making him the most financially successful chaser on the show. Meanwhile, Mark Labbit, better known as The Beast, has a 76% win rate over 475 episodes since his start in 2009. Labbit, who was the show's inaugural chaser, holds the record for the highest average target to beat at 20 and the highest accuracy in the final chase, answering 83% of questions correctly. It was a seemingly ordinary afternoon in the studio of the chase. The lights buzzed, the audience buzzed louder, and Bradley Walsh was in his usual playful form, bouncing between banter and brilliance. But no one, not even the experienced producers, could have predicted the chaos that would unfold by the episode's end. Sitting across the table was Paul Sinha, aka the Sinnerman, sharp-suited, razor-witted, and famously unflappable. He felled thousands of hopefuls over the years, slicing through quiz questions with the precision of a surgeon. But today, he met his match. 4 contestants, a firecracker team, a retired librarian, a teenage trivia prodigy, a paramedic with nerves of steel, and a pub landlord with encyclopedic pop culture knowledge. From the start, they were electric. Bradley kept raising his eyebrows in disbelief as they demolished the cash builder. Each player made it back to the final chase, and they weren't just safe. They were dominant. Then came the climax. Paul, eyes narrowed and fingers steepled, faced an eye-watering £100,000 prize pot. The studio held its breath. Even the lighting seemed to dim as tension coiled like a spring. But it wasn't Paul's day. The questions came fast. The team fired back faster. Their synergy was flawless, each one chipping in at the perfect moment, bouncing off each other's strengths. And when the klaxon sounded, signaling Paul's defeat, the crowd exploded. Bradley's jaw dropped. 100 grand, he shouted. They've only gone and done it. The Sinnerman sat still, silent. Then, slowly, deliberately, he reached inside his blazer, pulled out a single envelope, and placed it on the desk in front of him. "What's that?" Bradley blinked. "My notice," Paul replied calmly, though a smile tugged at the corner of his mouth. "If I can't beat that, maybe it's time to let the next generation have a go." Gasps, laughter. A ripple of shock through the production crew. Was he serious? Paul stood, buttoned his jacket, and gave the team a mock bow. Well played. Absolutely brilliant. You've earned every penny. Bradley chased him down the stage steps, pleading, "You're not really quitting, are you?" Paul winked. "Let's just say, I'm taking a long quiz holiday." Within minutes, the internet erupted. #SinnermanQuits was trending worldwide. Fans debated whether Paul was bluffing, staging drama, or genuinely bowing out. ITV bosses reportedly held an emergency meeting before the show had even finished airing. Meanwhile, the victorious contestants popped champagne backstage, still stunned at their windfall and their unexpected role in quizzing history. As for Paul Sinha, he was last seen boarding a train with a crossword book under his arm, smiling to himself. Whether he was gone for good or just taking a breather, one thing was clear. He'd gone out in style, beaten, but never broken.